Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are unpacking this week's comic book order from Diamond Comics. These comics and items will go on sale Wednesday, December 5th. So we look forward to seeing you in here then. We're going to start off with some of these comic book portfolios. We've had some of these in the past where you can kind of see where they open up and you can put your comics in there. There's a magnet that holds them kind of closed. That's really, really neat. We're going to start with Negan with Lucille. And then we've got Rick and Michonne. And then we have Rick alone. And then we have several others of those as well. Then we have some hardcover books with the art of H.R. Geiger in it. Just came out. Gorgeous looking book. Then Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls #5 has finally dropped. Exciting many of you, I'm sure. Also, speaking of exciting, we got in some of the green Catwoman Show Maras statues. I think they're numbered to 300, the green ones are, or 500. So they're a little bit rarer. You have to order a certain amount of the others to get these. So they are pretty cool, and they are gorgeous little statues. So we have those. Then we'll get started on the comic books for this week, because that's why you all paid the admission. We're going to start with DC, and their books to start us out this week is Adventures of the Super Sons, issue 5. Great book. If you're not reading it, I think it's going to go to 12, but a really, really nice series. Then next up, we have Archie meets Batman 66, and some days Archie just can't get rid of a good bomb. So we've got that going on there. Also from DC, we have issue 60 of Batman, and dealing with his uneasy alliance with Penguin. And you can see the beautiful variant cover of Batman 60. That was actually one of our top 5 covers of the week. This week we had very heated voting this week. We actually had to have a recount, and we brought in election officials from Florida. It was really quite a mess, but I think you'll agree with our results once you see them. Next up from IDW and DC, we have Batman, The Max, Arkham Dreams, issue 3, and that's been very well received in our store. Then from Image Publishing, we have issue 3 of Blackbird, and that's pretty cool. Then from Vertigo, we have issue 4 of Border Town is out this week. And Dark Horse Comics brings us issue 11 of BPRD, The Devil You Know. And then from Image Publishing, issue 4 of Scotty Young's Bully Wars comes out tomorrow, as does the beautiful variant for Bully Wars #4, and that was also in our top 5 covers of the week. Again, heated voting, still some ill feelings about it. Next up, we have, for the younger readers, Casper's Capers, The Friendly Ghost, and that is issue 2. Kind of clears up some of the unanswered questions from issue 1, for those of you that are reading that series. Next up from Image, we have issue 5 of Crowded. DC brings us issue 9 of The Curse of Brimstone. And then Aftershock Comics, who've really been coming on great the last year or two, we have Cullen Bunn's Dark Arc, issue 12. Really good book, fairly popular here in our store. Next up from Marvel, we have Scotty Young's Deadpool, issue 7. And he's with Santa there, and I think that's funny. That was going to be in our top 5 covers, but it was voted down. Next up, we have from DC, Deathstroke, issue 38. And you can see the beautiful variant cover on that as well. Also in our top 5 covers this week. Again, heated battle, lots of swearing, lots of trouble. Next up from Marvel, we have Defenders, The Immortal Hulk, issue 1. And also Defenders, The Immortal Hulk, issue 1, Scotty Young variant cover, which is gorgeous. And then another one of our top 5 covers of the week, Defenders from Marvel, Namor #1, gorgeous cover. And also in our top 5 covers, the Defenders Namor #1 Scotty Young variant, just whimsical and beautiful at the same time. Then we have from Image Publishing, issue 1 of Die from Kieran Gillen. A lot of people really looking forward to this. If you're reading Uber or Wicked and Divine or anything else, we will answer that. We'll get back to you after we finish this video, whoever you are. But a lot of people who are reading Kieran Gillen and loving Kieran Gillen looking forward to this. As you can see, the variant cover is gorgeous. You better quit ringing my phone or I'm going to not call you back. I'm doing a video here and I'm important. Next up, we have from Marvel, issue 9 of Doctor Strange. A lot of people think that that's a kind of an autobiographical comic for Mr. Fox, and they could not be more right. Then from Titan Comics, we have issue 2 of Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor. And from DC, a very highly anticipated, we're dragging our feet putting this book out, title, issue 8 of 12 of Doomsday Clock. So those of you who've been waiting for your Christmas Doomsday, here you are. It has been phenomenal. If you're not reading it, you need to. That's the beautiful variant cover, and that is in our top 5 covers of the week. And if you're reading that, you'll know why and what that means. Next up from DC Vertigo, we have part of the Sandman universe, The Dreaming, issue 4. That's a very popular title, been going over really well in our store. And then from Image Publishing, we have issue 3 of Errand Boys, comes out tomorrow. Also from Image Publishing, issue 1 of The Freeze, Dan Wickline's book that's new out. A lot of people looking forward to that. Also from Image Publishing, issue 13 of Gasolina. And from the DC universe, we have issue 47 of Green Arrow. And again, one of our top 5 covers of the week, the Green Arrow variant for issue 47. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. Dynamite Publishing brings us issue 5 of Amy Chu's Green Hornet. Nicely done book, gorgeous art, really good story. DC brings us issue 2 of Grant Morrison's Green Lantern. Beware My Power. Again, one of our top 5 covers of the week is the Green Lantern issue 2 variant cover. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then we have also one of our top 5 covers, issue 55 from DC, Harley Quinn. Harley and Santa, I thought that was funny, was Santa's hands tied. That's really, really cool. And then next up is our cover of the week, highly vaunted position of power here within the Fox Comics store. The Harley Quinn issue 55 variant cover with the Harley snowman is fantastic. So we're going to give that the cover of the week. And with that comes all the accolades and awards that comes with being cover of the week at Fox's. That's a highly sought after title. Next up from Albatross Publishing, we have Eric Powell's Hillbilly, issue 3, and this is the Red-Eyed Witchery from Beyond. And I think there's one more comic in that run. Then from Keenspot, we have issue 12 of The Hunters of Salamonstra. Kind of a popular book here in the store. Next up, from Marvel, we have issue 10 of The Immortal Hulk. And a great looking cover on that one as well. DC brings us issue 5, second to the last one of these, of Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. Really popular title here in the store. Next up from DC, issue 13 of Justice League. And as you can see, they're still dealing with the Legion of Doom. So that is that one. Another one of our covers, top 5 covers of the week, the Justice League 13 variant cover. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Next up from Image, we have issue 10 of Kick-Ass. So, those of you who are waiting for that, your wait is over. Next up from Marvel, a highly anticipated book, issue 1 of Killmonger. And one of the great covers of the week, didn't quite make the top 5, but gets an honorable mention, is the movie variant cover from Black Panther, the Killmonger. Pretty cool. Next up from Boom Studios, issue 4, and I think there's 5 of these total in this story, issue 4 of Low Road West. And then from DC, highly anticipated title by many of us, if you like Martian Manhunter, we have issue 1 of Martian Manhunter, and that's going to be 12 total in that run. So that's 1 of 12. And then one of our top 5 covers of the week is the Martian Manhunter issue number 1 variant. Just a gorgeous book. Well done, DC. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 3 of Marvel Knights. Kind of sounds like a bad 70s country rock song, but that's what it is. And then next up from Marvel, for the holiday season, kind of a gift to the fans, X-Men fans, because they don't have many X-Men products out right now. So they thought they would throw us a little bone and give us some extra X-Men material. We have Merry X-Men, the holiday special. And it's just a chance to get together and drink some hot cocoa and talk about our feelings. And then not in the top 5 covers of the week, the Merry X-Men Holiday Special issue 1 variant. Just didn't quite make it. Nor did that variant, Holiday Special variant, make it either. Next up from DC, we have issue 54 of Nightwing. And they're asking the question, who is Nightwing? And beautiful, as always, variant cover for issue 54, Nightwing. Next up from Valiant. And if you're not reading Valiant, you need to be. Great universe, great books. Valiant Ninja K, issue 14, or Ninjak as it's been known in the past. But issue 14 of that. Now, from Image Publishing, a very highly anticipated another release from Mark Millar. Those of you who have enjoyed The Magic Order, or Kick-Ass, or Secret Service, or as you all know it, The Kingsman. Any of those books, if you've enjoyed those, you'll certainly enjoy any of Mark Millar's work. His new title is Prodigy, and that is issue 1. That cover is obviously in our top 5 because it is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking cover. And then we have the variants that come with that book as well. That's one of the variants. There's about 3 or 4 others that are available for that. Next up from DC, we have issue 29 of Red Hood and the Outlaws. And that's a great, great book. Or I guess now it's Red Hood Outlaw. And the variant cover, as always, is beautiful and in our top 5 covers of the week. It has to be. There's rules about these things. Next up from IDW is Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons, and that fits Fox Comics and Games on both the comic side and, oddly enough, the game side. So we get that both ways. So we like that. Another one that is not in the top 5 covers of the week, IDW's issue 3 of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It did not rise to our top 5 covers of the week, so sorry for that bad joke. All right, next up from Image Publishing, another number 1 and another highly anticipated. This is one called Self-Made. It did make our top 5 covers of the week. The hand reaching through the portal up here has us all intrigued, and so we like it. Next up from DC, another highly anticipated title from Jeff Johns. This is Shazam, number 1. And just a gorgeous, gorgeous cover on that. And again, one of our top 5 covers of the week, the Shazam number 1 variant. Gorgeous cover. This one looks way better than the blank cover variant. Trust me when I tell you that. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 43 of Spider-Man Deadpool. IDW is up next with issue 5 of Star Trek The Next Generation, Terra Incognita. Must be a pretty good book because sales of that have really started taking off. Also out from IDW this week, issue 3 of Star Trek versus Transformers. Marvel is up next with issue 58 of Star Wars. Great looking book. Also from Marvel, issue 1 of Star Wars Age of the Republic, Qui-Gon Jinn. And a beautiful, beautiful variant covers for that, issue 1. This one actually made our top 5 covers of the week. So Marvel can be excited about that. And also, that one was an honorable mention in the top 5. Next up, from Dark Horse Comics, a great book, well written, Brian Wood, Sword Daughter, issue 4. Great book, great story. IDW brings us a one-shot to kind of cash in on their Sonic momentum, and that is Team Sonic Racing. And that is what you think it is. Marvel brings us issue 4 of Uncanny X-Men. DC brings us issue 7 of The Unexpected. Kind of sounds like my daughter. Next up from Jinx World, we have issue 4 of United States versus Murder Incorporated. And then from Image, we have issue 5 of Unnatural. Marvel brings us, and I'm only showing you the variant because apparently I've lost my mind, Donny Cates' Venom, issue 9. That's the variant, and it is beautiful. Trust me, the regular cover is as well. Wow, it magically has appeared over here. That's amazing how these things work at Fox's. That's regular cover, cover A on that. Next up, from Image Publishing, issue 186 of Walking Dead. Congratulations, Walking Dead. You are still relevant at 186 issues. Highly anticipated headshot cover variant of Negan for the variant, and that is gorgeous. Next up from Marvel, West Coast Avengers, issue issue 5. Then from Image Publishing, we have issue 40 of Kieran Gillen's Wicked and the Divine. Another highly anticipated title in our store, issue 1 of Winter Soldier. People want to see if he found his arm after Civil War. Then next up we have from Ahoy Comics, a nice company that's really starting to put out some decent books and get some traction with us. This is issue 4 of The Wrong Earth, and these have been very entertaining. Good books coming from Ahoy. Keep it up, guys. Next up from Boom Studios, issue 23 of the WWE, for those of you that find that necessary. Then from Marvel, again, because of the shortage of X-Men titles, they've come out with issue 1 of X-Men The Exterminated. And that's the cover A. And then here is the beautiful variant cover, and that actually made our top 5 covers of the week. So as you can see, a very large week for comic book releases. The first Wednesday of the month normally is, and this is no exception. So you've got probably a million good reasons to be down at Fox's tomorrow on Wednesday, December 5th. We hope to see you here. Thanks.